Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review and demo of the new Naked Skin products from Urban Decay. It's the Ultra Definition Powder Foundation and the Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I'm going to tell you what I think. I've been a long-time fan of powder foundations, and not until the last year did I really get into liquid foundations. I used to use exclusively powders. I was definitely a fan, and I use it in my Flawless Foundation Routine video, of the Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Powder Foundation. That was my holy grail. So since the warmer months are coming, I thought I would try this new powder foundation because powders are usually a lot more forgiving in the hot months when your makeup could be melting off your face. Powders usually won't do that to you. So I was like, all right, let's do some preemptive research here. This foundation says, the Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. Get weightless buildable coverage with a luminous demi-matte naked finish, creamier than the traditional powder foundations. Thin, advanced formula blends flawlessly and never gets dry or cakey. Highlighter Performing Pigments technology provides the perfect level of coverage to even out skin tone, and optical blurring pigments create a soft focus effect. Use this foundation dry for a lighter, more matte effect, or try it wet for even more perfected skin. Either way, it is the ultimate in ultra definition. First of all, it comes in this really cute little satchel, which is adorable, and you could use it for an iPod or anything else if you don't want to keep your foundation in this. But I do think that while the packaging is super cute, it's this reflective, it's plastic but it looks like metal. Then it opens up like this. The mirror is actually, hello, there you are. The mirror is actually really nice, but I don't like these kinds of reflective packaging that Urban Decay has been putting out lately, because look how dirty it looks, and I've only used it, a few times. And that's not my favorite thing. It comes with a little sponge like this, and you can use it, as it says, wet or dry. When I used it with the sponge, I used it both with this sponge and a Real Technique sponge, as you can see. So let's get right into what I think about this. First of all, I'm used to powder foundations just going over your pores and going over your lines and not needing a primer. In my opinion, this foundation needs a pore filling primer. I've never experienced such poor coverage. I didn't even plan that. I will show you in my demo right here. This is the worst foundation I've ever used in terms of making your pores look 10 times the size as what you think they actually are. This foundation made me feel like my pores were the size of Montana. I just can't believe how much it accentuated them. Luckily, I was able to put some pore filling primer over it to make it a little bit better, but I mean, I think that there's just no use if you have an issue with big pores of using this without a primer. You need a primer, and so I'm just not used to that in terms of powder foundations. Second issue I have with this foundation, I tried using it wet. It changes the color of the foundation. As you can see from my sponge, and I'll show it to you in the demo as well, it's darker. It gets darker when you use it wet. I mean, not by a ton. I mean, it's still usable, but it's not the same color, and I find that when you use it wet, it's supposed to make you look more flawless, and it made my pores look even bigger. Straying away from the negativity, because I hate giving negative reviews, I will say when I did put this on, and my boyfriend first saw me come out of the bedroom with my face on, he was like, wow, you look really great. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This is, I mean, I'm wearing it right now, obviously. I'll zoom in, I mean, even though I'm gonna show you in the demo. I put the pore minimizer on and it's a little bit better, but I mean, you can really see, the pores are insane. And that's with the pore minimizer on top. So, I mean, it is ultra definition. I mean, look, my skin doesn't look that good. And it's really funny because I'm having really good skin days lately, so I just think it should look better than this. I don't know why I'm the anomaly on this product. Everybody else seems to really like it. Maybe other people don't have huge issues with pores, or maybe they put on a primer beforehand and maybe it works better that way. but I'm a firm believer that a foundation shouldn't require a primer to look good. I think that it should just make it look even better, but it shouldn't be absolutely necessary, or otherwise you look like a crazy person. Especially for the price. This little guy is 36 bucks, and my Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Powder Foundation is like 22, maybe 21, and I find it much better. It makes you look much more flawless. It actually has a light to full coverage because you can build it, and the full coverage effect is full coverage. And this, to me, I felt like I couldn't build it up even when I used it wet, and when I used it wet it made my skin look weird, and it kind of looked a little bit more orangey. It's not anything you can't work with, but I don't know why I'm the only one who's feeling this way, but you know, that's what reviews are for. Everybody's different. I also picked up, as I said, the new Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer, which I'm a big fan of the Naked Skin foundation. I think that's a beautiful foundation. And I love how this looks like a little mini version. It's like the little baby. I love it. It's so cute. And I really like the applicator is like kind of like the NARS one where it's bigger and bendy. It like bends with your face when you apply it, and that's just a huge waste of product right there. It's a liquid concealer like no other. Cover imperfections without looking covered up. Our weightless high-tech formula provides buildable, even coverage with an invisible naked skin feel, and it never settles into fine lines. Everybody talks about the NARS Creamy Concealer and or the Maybelline Fit Me, which they're kind of dupes for each other in my opinion. If you like the Maybelline one, the NARS one is almost exactly the same, except the applicator is a little bit nicer. And in fact, the Fit Me one has a little bit more coverage. But in terms of just comparing it to the NARS one creases like no other. This did not crease at all. I did not need a single touch up throughout the day. I did set it with a HD powder, but still I set other ones with HD powders and they still will, even if they're supposed to be not creasing, just a little bit of creasing that I'll have to like touch up. This I did not need to touch. It's a little drying. It's not as bad as the MAC Pro Longwear, which is super dry. The concealer I actually really like. It feels super creamy. It's very opaque. To me, when you shear it out with the Beauty Blender, as you can see, it's not like a super full coverage effect like the MAC Pro Longwear, but it's more of a realistic everyday effect. And I did find it to be brightening, and I just really like that it doesn't crease. That is my biggest issue. I have a lot of fine lines around my eyes from I'm very expressive, and so all these little lines build up and around my face and everything too. So to me, that is worth it. It's $28, I believe, which is pretty expensive for a concealer in general. And like I said, if you are looking for a drugstore great concealer, my #1 recommendation is the Maybelline Fit Me. You can buy it on Amazon for $3.99 or something like that. In stores, it's like $7 or $6. But if you buy it on Amazon as an add-on order, it's like $3.50. But in terms of high-end concealers, I really like this product. The bullet points. This, if you have an issue with pores, is not going to be your best friend. The rest of your face will look really pretty and like flawless and kind of airbrushed. In certain lights, I will admit, this looks really good. And then in other lights, I look like I'm 100 years old. So I don't like to take that chance. I don't know about you. So I think that there are better things out there, especially for the price. I really recommend the Sephora powder, like I said. So this to me isn't that great. However, the concealer I think is a total winner. It's amazing. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It's creamy. It's not too drying, but it's not too creamy either. It's the exact right texture that you want. I think this would be great for people with mature skin because it's not creamy enough to settle into fine lines, but it's not too drying to accentuate them either. And as far as everybody else is concerned, I don't think you can lose. The packaging is super cute. It's $28. It is a pricey item, but if you're going to be spending money on a high-end concealer, it's going to be in that range anyway. So I think that this is the way to go. I think NARS Creamy Concealer has to kind of watch their back because this guy is fierce, and a little goes such a long way. I really feel like this will last a long time. And they do have a pretty decent color range. So yeah, I don't think that you can really lose with this product. I keep waving it around like it's a magic wand. I don't know why. Yeah, so I really recommend this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this review was helpful. If you are already subscribed, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up or a comment. Let me know what you think or any other reviews that you'd like me to do on new products. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click that button if you like this video. And if you didn't, well, sorry about it. Okay guys, I'll see you next time on my channel. Thanks for watching again. Bye.